Hey everybody, it's time for another weekday wine review. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Neil from WineExpedition.com. Coming to you from Los Angeles, broadcast all over the internet, thanks to our friends at Tubemogul. Once again, not just wine, I have food on the table. Why, you might ask? And that's because I have an Italian wine. And I always say that Italian wine goes better with food. This one is actually not just any old Italian wine, it's from Sardinia, island off the Italian coast in the Mediterranean. Second biggest island in the Mediterranean Sea, only to Sicily, which is the biggest. And once again, this is from our friends at Nuovi Poderi. This one is called the Oye. It's 2007 red wine, and I have myself a little herb-crusted pork, which I'm excited to have a bite of. Now, this grape is the Cannonau grape. Now, before you go Google that or look it up, I'll tell you right now, it's Grenache. Just another Grenache with a different name. This is the name that goes by in Sardinia. It's a blend. I think it's 90% Grenache with a little Montepulciano and something else. Let's give it a little taste before we actually have any food. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a glowing quality to the wine. I mean, it's got sort of a ruby color, but it's almost like I remember one summer we were on a boat somewhere between LA and Catalina, and there was a jellyfish under the surface that had this glowing sort of iridescence to them. It's a little much, but that's sort of, it's definitely got a nice looking wine. On the nose, there's a woodsy quality, like you're walking up to sequoias and there's moss on the ground and pine needles and bark. This drink's like a Cab Franc. It's got a sort of a bright red fruit quality to it. There's no pepper or anything like that like you sometimes get with Grenache. It's a tasty wine. Well, let's have it with a bite of my herb-crusted roast pork. It's good pork. I could do a webisode about the pork if I wanted to too. Pretty tasty. It's nice because the pork's, you know, it's not dry, but it's not as moist as I'd like it to be. But the wine comes in and just sort of grabs a hold of the pork and moistens it up, and works really well with the herbs. Just kind of marry themselves to the wine. It's really nice. Again, you know, you can do whatever you want at home with wine, but I always feel like you're missing the boat. You're missing an opportunity to, I mean, some wines drink just fine by themselves, and that's what they're for. But Italian wine, and in this case Sardinian wine, begs to be enjoyed with a meal. And that works so well with food. Italians know a thing or two about food, and know a thing or two about making wine that goes good with the food. So, fantastic. Sardinian red wine from the Cannonau grape, or Grenache if you will. This is the 2007 Oye from our friends at Nuovi Poderi. Until next time, I'm Neil from WineExpedition.com. Find yourself a bottle and open it up, would you? Cheers.